Hello. How's everybody doing today? My name is Bear. I'm barely watercoloring. I have a cohort in crime today. My partner. We'll call him Ben.
Yes.
Hey, um, we are going to be doing some co-op creative stuff today. Hey, goddess, welcome in. We are going to be trying to paint as much as we can, at least at first, the same image. But we are going to be doing two different mediums. I'm going to be using watercolors as normal for me. He is going to be using alcohol markers, so like Copics, but like the non-brand. You like the little ghostly effect on my little bear guy? Yeah, I had the thought to make him look like he was in a transporter accident, so he looks like he's in the middle of being transported, but can't quite make it all the way across the across the threshold. It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
And also has a kind of a Star Wars vibe to it too, to be fair.
Your cable's gonna be on the.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move my cable, my headphones. I moved the mic up higher than normal, so because of that the cord wants to kind of drape in the way. And it's gonna be touching where I'm painting, so I may take my headphones off here in a bit, but I'll keep it on for now.
Can you plug it into anything else?
No, I cannot.
Oh.
Technically, so my audio is going through the speaker on my microphone, like it's the default speaker in Windows, and it's also where the monitoring goes through for the microphone, so I can hear what I'm saying on the mic live. If I hook it up to the computer and try to use the monitor there will be a delay, and it does that echo box thing where you can like the what is it, speech jammer, so that when you're talking and hearing yourself out of sync, it makes you stop talking because you're hearing yourself weird. So
Oh, right.
yeah, so I can make sure that everything's working and that I can hear myself and that I know I'm talking properly at the right volume. I try to keep it plugged in,
Yeah.
but I'll probably unplug it here in a bit. But in the meantime, check out how the bear came out. I went through and while we were tracing what we're working on today, I went ahead and went back over everything that needed a dark outline on this guy. And he came up pretty good, I think. It's pretty cute. Cute little bear. All right, that's enough of that. Let me put him over here. And Goddess, you're probably my best tester for this. I've got some music on right now, and I'm going to try to keep it where it is. Is it loud, quiet, or not there at all? If it's very quiet, then I'm going to leave it where it is and take my headphones off.
Just in case it's too loud, I guess.
Just in case, yeah. Because I don't want it blasting. You don't really hear it? That's fine.
Well, you're gonna want to hear it a little bit.
I'll turn it up just one little tiny turn of the dial, and I'll leave it alone. I also am setting up a new setting where I can play music, like you can hear. But I turned on the option to have it not go to the Twitch VOD, so it won't be available there, the music track, and it won't be when I export to YouTube either. That way I can play music I more want to, versus having copyright strikes. So okay, I'm going to take my headphones off. If anything goes really wonky, yell at me. Let me know. For now, let me scoot this over here.
Just because it's hanging down on your paper.
Yeah. And it can go back there. And now it's not causing any harm. Great. You find the music distracting as a viewer, but that's very subjective?
I mean, I get it though. Sometimes the music is really loud on some channels.
It is.
And you're just like, I can barely hear.
Like, I like it being there for like really far in the background idle stuff, but yeah, it's kind of tough. But I turned it back down a little bit, so as long as it's barely there, that's fine. What are we doing? Well, we've got a couple options.
Well, I guess first, because everyone knows about the painting portion for your side. I'll do this. Hello, Ben. Yeah, I'm gonna use alcohol markers today.
Yep.
I really want to get some Copic markers at some point, but they're very expensive.
Stupid expensive.
I mean, 6 of them are $50, and I think a set that I found was 220, which is still a lot, but
It was a lot, but it was a nice big set though.
it's a nice set. So yeah, but just in case if anybody is wondering, yeah, they're just like markers that look like this. They've got like two sides. The one side has get the camera pointy tip, and the other side has the better tip on it.
Like a
And
chisel.
yeah, and each of them are color coded. If I can get it really
I
close
know,
to
it's always hard to get it to focus.
it.
Focus on what we want.
Turn it, turn it. Nope, nope. There it is. Oh, something. Well, yeah, somewhat. So you can kind of see the number.
Good enough.
Yeah, but so what I found out was the first number is the tone of the color. So it goes from, I think it said 1 to 9. The higher the number is, the more grayer it is, like the more gray that's added to it. And the right number is the saturation, and the higher that number is, more color there is in it. If it can focus. But at least each one has the name of the color on it, which still can't barely see because of the light. But right there. But yeah, they're pretty cool. They blend really well from what I've seen, and yeah, I need to use them more because it's a lot to learn.
Yeah, practice time.
Yeah, but at least I did my own swatch of all the colors just to see how they are. I like some of them. I think we both agreed that what was that, Carmine was our favorite, which I think was number 11. This color here. Yeah, the Carmine on that is like really cool.
It's super pretty. It's like a really pretty, like dark red, like a lipstick kind of color.
Yeah. So I'll try to use that one for something. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for.
I'm going to embarrass you. Goddess said, "Wow, Ben, your skin tone is so beautiful."
Oh, well, thank you.
I think so too.
I appreciate it.
Heck yeah.
I need to get I want to get
you need a different kind of divider or something, because it looks like when you take one out and if you don't put it back in exactly the right place, it like pinches and doesn't want to go back down in there.
But I'm not going to care too much because I'm like, if I'm going to get the Copics thing, then all these won't matter.
Yeah. Maybe its case has a better storage mechanism in it than the cheaper ones do.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can see the first thing we were going to look at painting / marking was going to be Link from The Legend of Zelda. We both have basically the same image, but we made it slightly different. Mine, I colored in the eyebrows, eyelashes, and eyeball, much like my little character here. He's got kind of the same look. It'll never focus, but yeah, you can see it. But the version that Ben has, he's going to do like a more modern take on Link, where you can actually see the eyeball a little bit more, and you see some actual color in the eye.
Yeah.
So, and to shade the eyebrows as well.
If I want an example, I have it on my iPad here. I wanted to get the blue color in his eyes a little bit, so I'm gonna try to do that, and also the coloring of his hair, and
the blonde. So
we'll see how that works.
I know, right? I'm kind of nervous too because who knows how it's going to come out, but we're going to try.
And then what was the second one?
Oh, the next image. I put all of them here. I'm going to put them away except for what I'm working on.
Oh, I guess the next one was just simple.
The next one was these bowl of strawberries.
Well, did you want to do that one, or did you want to do your? I like that one.
Well, I figured we can do one of two things. We're going to do one for sure. We're going to do the Link one. We might do the strawberries one because there's another one we can do together where we're both doing the same image. Or we've got the third image where we each chose a different image. Yeah. I chose this space scene, which I thought was really cool. And Ben chose this like a park outside with a bench and a path scene, which is pretty cool looking as well. and that way we can each go a different direction and a different medium. So we might end up doing that and just save the strawberries for another day.
I also did these two are on marker paper.
Yeah, the paper's different. I'm using my traditional like watercolor paper, 140-pound cold press. It's the Strathmore paper. And then this is a similar Strathmore 400 series marker paper, which I didn't even know that they made. He found it completely on accident when we went into Michael's the other day.
It's got an awesome texture to it.
Yeah, it's super cool. Like it's kind of like I would say it's kind of similar to warm or hot press paper in that it's smooth textured. Mine is the typical cold press rough texture. His is actually smooth, so it should work really well for markers as it's designed for. So it'll be neat to see how they both go. So I'm gonna put away all of the side stuff. Get Link out.
Probably barking at who knows what.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me scoot this over here. I've got coffee at the ready. Ben's got cold coffee at the ready.
It's too hot for hot coffee.
Well, for you, for me, I suffer. I've got myself a scratch paper so I can play with colors as well while I'm working before I commit to putting it right on Link. And then, some other side stuff. Goddess, you were here for it, I think. Some of the last time that I used I always forget what it's called until I look at it. The masking fluid. I had some woes trying to get it on and to get it off of the dragon that I was painting. But even more so was the damage that it did to the brushes that I used. And damage did it do. I'm not going to show them because I have to fish them out of here. But the 3 brushes got like a permanent adhesion of some of the masking fluid, and it just broke those brushes. But that's what they're there for. They're cheap brushes. That's fine. I expected it, but I'd prefer not to do that. So I did some searching online, and it suggested using sculpting tools. So these are tools people use for clay, and they're silicone tipped, except for the bottom part of this brush, these set of brushes. The idea is they're materials that the masking fluid won't stick to, at least not permanently. I'll be able to just peel it out with a nail and it'll come right off versus the bristles of the brush. And they've got different shapes, wedges, and pointed tips and whatnot. And if I need to, the other side of this one has like this metallic ballpoint look to it of different sizes. So no matter what, I've got something that I'll be able to use to be able to apply the masking fluid in the future when I need to. I may even use some today for Link, who knows, or something. If we were going to do the strawberries, I was thinking about ahead of time. I was going to use it for the seeds to cover them up so I wouldn't accidentally cover them when doing the red. But if we're not going to do that, I may not even use these today, but I want to show that they exist. We'll see how they work someday in the future if I don't use it today. Done yakking. Time to start painting. So, I'm also, in order to try to reduce how much reach I'm using today on my space since I'm sharing it, I put away my large water container that I usually use as a rinse one, and I'm going to use one of my small ones as a clean water reservoir and then as a rinse one. So that'll cut some space down. And in the future, when we decide to do more of these, should we decide to do more of these co-op streams, I was just telling Ben earlier, I'm going to try to switch to a smaller palette that's more narrow so I can take up less space. That way I can make sure we've got plenty of room to work with. And maybe we'll plan to use a smaller paper size each so that we are also taking up less space for each thing we're creating. Am I done yammering? Yes, I think I'm done yammering. Okay, so I think I know how I'm going to start. What do you think you're going to do to start with?
Probably is face. We'll start with the face area and then go for the hair.
Yeah.
The hardest part is going to be getting the right color for his tunic. Like I have an idea of some colors that might be really close to it. But yeah, I'll start with the eyes and the hair and the skin tone. I have to figure out which color. So I'll probably like play around with figuring out which one.
And you've got some sketch paper as well to work with that you're going to be playing around on. So you've got somewhere to practice the mixes that you're going to do before you commit. Because unlike mine, I have a brief moment of time where I can undo my damage by pulling some of the pigment back off the page. You don't have that luxury. So you've got to get it right a little bit more upfront. So so use and abuse your scratch paper. Like I saw when other people were using alcohol markers that they use scratch paper. Yeah. Unless they're a pro and know exactly what they're doing, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
For me, I'm going to be using layers. I'm going to have to, especially with so many different colors right next to each other. Unlike my abstract and space kind of things, where that I allow them to blend because it looks good and it's also easy and lazy for me, the lazy guy. I'm going to have to do things in layers. I'll be able to do the skin, but I won't be able to do the hair and the tunic and the stuff that's right next to it until it dries. So I'm going to have to pick what I want to do first, pick my colors on my scratch paper, and once I'm satisfied, I'm going to have to, I think, wet down the areas that I'm going to work on since I want them to be kind of consistent, and then apply pigment to those areas. So I'm going to be doing wet on wet for nearly everything I do today so that I can blend and spread properly. If I tried to do wet on dry, I think I'd have a lot of hard edges and that wouldn't look very good. So that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of today. Before I do anything on mine, though, I thought about this. I think to make it where I can work on it and move it around, I have this backer from a previous pad of paper that's kind of rigid. And instead of using like a big chunk of wood like I normally would do, which would eat up all of our space here, or using that clipboard, I'm going to use this. But because it's the same size, I'm going to have to tape it to it to keep it flat. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get started doing some taping. Uh, and we'll go from there. So tape first, practice my colors, and then I'm going to hit it.
And I still got to figure out the colors. I mean, that's mostly it.
Nope.
Colors.
You're good. I imagine for yours, just like watercolors, you have to start with the lighter colors first and then work your way upward toward darker shades.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense. Here we go. Okay. I've never done it like this, so it would be really interesting to see if it stops the paper from bending and curling. Every time I peel the tape and I'm going to tear it, I'm tearing toward myself, and I'm always afraid it's going to be too much, and I'm going to be using too much force, and I'm going to smack myself in the face. Every time.
Just probably sad, but funny now because I'll hear it while I'm sitting on the couch.
It'd be humorous. You'd hear a oh, yeah.
Right, he's fine.
You bleeding? Yeah, you're bleeding.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that didn't line up the way I wanted. Oh, whatever, it'll be fine. The weird.
Did.
Oh, right. When I was playing with them, the caps are on like really hard.
Yeah, they don't play around.
No, they don't. I imagine the higher quality ones might be a little bit easier to use. I'm sure that they spent a lot of time with the design.
Yeah.
Really?
That dog.
Neighbor dog going.
Dog has a problem.
It's called It Wasn't Trained. It wasn't anything. One more side.
Still too purplish.
Like that. Every time I'm like, ah.
Proper blue to go exactly with eye color. Just ever so slightly.
Yeah. And you may have to leave some gaps since you don't have like a white marker. Copics specifically does make what was that stuff say?
A crayon.
A
I
crayon.
need to get that.
It's a white marker, but it's instead of being transparent like watercolor or transparent like the alcohol marker is, it's more like a whiteout pen in a way. But it's a marker. So you can kind of correct your mistakes with it, and when you need pops of white, like in eyes and reflections and whatnot, that's where it seems to come in handy.
Yeah.
In the future. All right, so my tape is down as good as it's going to get. I'm going to move him to the side so I don't accidentally paint on him before I'm ready. Okay, that's over there. And let me practice some colors.
I just know I'm gonna mess them up. I know.
Well, there's not really any such thing as messing up. You can make him anything
Okay.
you want.
No, I know. You know me, the perfectionist in me.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I live with that perfectionist.
this isn't right. This isn't right.
I know. By 6 round.
The other one has the eyes isn't the same way, so I'll have to go with it.
Do you want to have a pen to be able to draw in the iris or like the pupil?
That might be easier than using a hard marker.
Here's the thickest one.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah. I say like do a dot where you think the center of the pupil would be, and then you can expand that from there. Probably makes the most sense because otherwise he'll look cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna start with. I hadn't even thought about it. Um, you know what I mean.
No, I was looking at when I just put the two.
Oh my god, it's hilarious! It looks before you do anything with it. It looks like he's got that face like that. Oh shit! Look at that Hinox over there. Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Just putting that down
is hilarious.
Yeah, I do need to. I definitely do want to get the white.
Is that a crayon?
Yeah.
It could be one of the first ones you get.
Well, no, my intention is to probably buy or just say fuck it and just buy that set. Just get the set and be done with it.
We probably get the set and get that on the side. I haven't looked, but I don't know if that white one comes in a set or if you have to buy it separate.
I do
You
not
know what I mean? I really don't know. So let me think. I can start with the tunic. I can start with his skin. I can start with his hair. I think for safety's sake, I will probably start with his hair because it's just in one place. So I think I will go with, excuse me, like a really bright yellow to start with.
God, that made him kind of cross-eyed.
Well, you also haven't put in the
color.
The color yet.
Once I have the color to it, yeah.
It'll probably look less like he's staring into our soul.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, keep going.
No, it's fine. I was watching what you were doing too. Yeah, I think I'll go with hair. I'll just start with a bright yellow to begin with. So I'll wet down all of his hair. I'll use a bright yellow, and then I'll use a slightly darker shade of yellow, and then maybe even like a little bit of the yellow ochre for shadow, if I even go that far. So let me see. What is that going to look like? So we get some of that going. Actually, let's wet down a little corner of our paper. Area. That's going to be where the blonde is the most. I'll probably just go in strokes like in the direction that his hair is going to kind of get some underlying texture. Might be more of a put that on after it dries kind of thing. But that's fine. I'm also gonna try to not oversaturate or over opaque. I keep forgetting watercolor is transparent, and sometimes my first layer, I just want to go whole hog and just make it as thick as possible sometimes, and that ruins any blending and ruins any transparency effects. I want to try to make myself reel in a little bit and um, go more. That's the word I'm looking for. Go more pastel, I guess. You know. So we'll see. I'll try to this time. Um, I think if I, yep,
He made his pupil too big. It's extremely dilated.
that'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
I see what you mean, though. It'd be good to have like some like really light sky blue colors as well.
Yeah. Let's see if I can add it after the fact, but probably it's
I
already too
don't.
late.
Yeah, I think just like watercolor. I think once that layers down, anything you add is just going to darken. It's not going to make it lighter, unless you have that white marker and you're able to let it dry and then you add it to the top of it. So that adds color, and I can kind of do a little bit of this before it dries, and it won't be too bad for the coloring of his hair. So I think that'll work with the blonde. Not too dark. No, not while it's wet, but when it's done, if I go over it with like that script brush, where there's a really thin line after it dries, that would work for like a brown look, doing the blood, dragon's blood. So, all right, I think I have enough to go on for what I'm gonna do for the hair. So let me scoot my sketch paper over, snag some coffee. Bring Link back from the dungeon. Let's wet down our hair.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to bring the hair closer to me. It's all the way up at the top of the image. I'm glad I put that one lamp back there at the back because I can see reflections of water on the paper more now.
Yeah.
It was really hard to see where I was putting the water down. Oh,
It'd be nice to have a wait like, going between.
yeah, to kind
Yeah.
of brighten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to think of. I'm not good at this either. I'm sitting here trying to teach, the blind leading the blind in a way, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I have to learn my own lessons. You have to leave the paper alone where you want it to be lighter, because instead of adding white, you already have white with the paper.
Yeah, it's already there.
And it's so hard to remember, leave white space in things that you want to be brighter in color because it needs that to make it pop, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you've got a tool that lets you add afterward. Like if I had like a white gouache, I could use that to fix some mistakes sometimes. Which is like you can use that Acrea white marker to be able to fix mistakes or add pops of color.
Yeah, we do need to get that.
Yeah. I'm sure after we're done here today, we'll be looking up how much that is and getting it on the cart on Amazon.
Oh, I was like, we already know how much the set is.
Oh, the set. But we can see there's a set that comes with that white. Maybe there's one that has like other shades.
Can you hear Comic back there?
No, what is he doing?
Oh no, he's making the weirdest like grunting noise.
Like both of my dads are off doing stuff and ignoring me. I'm grumpy. That's maybe that's the edge of the cap. That is here. Okay. Leave that alone. That's there. In typical fashion, everything I put down up here is already ready to dry. I have to act quickly. So let me wet this down again with a thicker layer of water. Get some yellow in here. Way too orange. Oh,
Baby time green.
Nobody wants baby diarrhea. Not even the baby.
For that, potato.
Potato brown.
I don't think I've ever seen potatoes this color.
Is it called potato brown?
It is.
That's silly.
Yeah, that's more reddish to me. I consider that more potato brown than this.
Maybe as like an undertone. Like you start with it and then you add the other brown on top of it.
The yellow ochre. Wait, really?
That's what I'm working with. Yeah, that's that third one down. This one right here.
Yeah.
That kind of
Doesn't
color.
look very. Those are two different color tones.
Yes, yes, they are.
Yeah, I'll definitely want to try this again, but with the better markers.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nope. Sorry, you're stuck with me
Mm-hmm.
for all time. Sure. All right. Tiny bit. Your Link gets to do his hair.
I don't know. It seems to be flawless at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, he woke up from what 100 something year
Sleep.
sleep.
Exactly.
Like flawless.
Maybe he is gay. He did it himself.
You know, just that royal whatever he's got going on. Just
What was
gives him,
Zelda?
huh?
What was Zelda?
No, just whatever that makes him Link.
Oh,
Like,
his Link powers.
yeah, whatever it is, just keeps him. I mean, hell, he's never fat. He's never, bone thin or anything. He always has like the perfect physique.
I mean, he's fighting monsters, but yeah.
Sure, but after 100 something year sleep, you should probably be just skin and bones. And I'm just going off of the Breath of the Wild, Tears of
Yeah.
the Kingdom Link.
Gotta said, OMG, I'm so happy. Tweaking something ChatGPT made for me, and I love it. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Is it text or imagery or something else?
It really is a good feeling when you get it to work and you're just like, oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Sometimes it doesn't quite get it, and then sometimes it's like well, like Legend of Zelda. It's that na, 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 like you found the treasure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get it. Trust me. Yeah, we've been playing with it. Yeah. A Twitch emote. Oh, right, because you got affiliate. Oh, that's right. Oh, how neat! I can't wait to see what they are. That'll be super cool. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess it can do pretty much anything. Super cool. Okay. Um, I need to let the hair dry, so I'm probably going to work on something else for a little bit while that's doing its thing. Um, I think maybe we work on the Master Sword or just the sword. I can't call it the Master Sword, but
it's like
it's
yeah,
a sword. Um, I think maybe what I'll do is I've got some leftover color here. That turned into an indigo. That's probably going to be better for shadow on it. What about down on the bottom here?
Yellow.
To get some gray going in here. Mhm.
Like thinking of like trying to find a color to like lighten it up just a little bit in places.
Oh,
And I can do that while it's still wet or it dries.
oh, sure. Otherwise, you're just adding a layer to it.
I'm just just sitting on top. So I'm trying to figure out which one of these would lighten it just a touch because I do have it pretty dark.
Yeah. I mean, try to look on the image you're using, and I would say wherever it's already a light color, start with that light color, and then put your dark one around it.
See, and that's the problem. I
Then if
realize
you forget, then
no, it's the problem of I don't think I have the marker that is perfect for the light color.
it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
You're talking to the wrong person.
Like, what about that one back there? When you start with like a real something really faint, you even like you can't do anything now because you've already done it.
No, I'm gonna turn on the scratch paper.
But like if you start with a really stupid light color that doesn't even look like you're going to use it, and then go a step up from it, you know, like it looks like it's barely there, but that's a good thing. Yeah, yeah, right. Okay, if I were the sun and I'm going to be hitting Link from a particular side, what side would it be? Um, I'm thinking hitting from the right side, so he'll be darker on the left, but mostly from above. So like coming from up here, going downward. So lighter colors should be on the right side of things, and then shadows should be below and to the left. So the shield, for example, will be down here, and underneath him, he'll have a little shadow under his tunic for his legs. So yeah, I think I'll start up here, and that's a kind of gentle color. Oh, forget, I should be doing wet on wet. I need to get water on here first.
This here. I'll start off with a lighter.
Yeah,
It's got that blondish kind of hair
highlight.
color.
Yeah, like anywhere it's going to be like where the sun is like reflecting off of it is going to be bright. That's the color I would imagine you'd want to start with first,
Yeah.
and then just go a little shade darker and leave gaps where that light hooks through, and then go darker. Why am I going to sit here and repeat it?
I mean, it's the fix with a thing.
Sometimes, but I do it too much a lot of times. Okay, so that side is good. Um, the rest of it, I don't know what color it's going to be. I might want to look up a typical Legend of Zelda sword and see what colors they use. Primary colors, mainly, I think. Yellows and reds and blues.
Neat.
Achoo!
Yeah, I was gonna pull up a color as it's clearly not close to the drawing, but
No, it's somewhat close.
it's close. Yeah.
Whoa, okay. I just let go of my brush and sent it ricocheting off there somewhere. Back here, you. The thing popped.
Scary part is that now picking the brown to go on top,
Yeah, right.
hoping that it's not the wrong brown.
Too much.
I know. The part. No, I shouldn't even be questioning that. The hardest part is like I said, getting his skin tone.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to struggle with that because I obviously have no pinks, no skin tone colors. I'm gonna have to mix something, so that'll be fun. Hey, Jose, welcome in. It's good to see you, bud. Yellow Car's border as a perch for this. Thank you. I don't think you've been here for a minute. I think I don't know if you saw my little bear character I got in the corner down there talking, but I tweaked him today and made him look like he's in a transporter accident. You'll appreciate that. He's halfway through transport.
What do they call that? Bronze. No, that's just booby brown. This one.
Oh yeah, that one's kind of nice. What's that one?
Yeah, I was thinking about using that one because it's got like very golden color. It's
To
this one.
like to start with, you know what I mean?
It's
For
a
like the
yellow.
midtones.
It's the yellow one.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be fine for midtone. So like, do you have that yellow right there somewhere on here?
Which one? This
The one
one?
that you got? Yeah.
Yeah, it's this one.
Is it on here?
It was.
Was it that one in the middle?
I think it's that one. Yes, it's that one.
So what if you put some of that yellow ochre on top of the yellow in just thin amounts? Don't cover the whole thing, but just anywhere that you want it to be dark to match that in the middle. Just like a
Actually, no,
couple thin
wait. This is a
lines.
little bit brighter
It does look a little brighter than that
than
one.
this one.
Is it that one?
Yeah, those are things. It's got a little too dark for it.
Is there anything lighter than that?
This one, so I got 101. Then you start getting into like basically
Off shades.
orange.
Yeah.
So this is
It's probably fine, but you may want to do like this sort of deal. Like is the back of the brush where there's nothing. Instead of doing the lines parallel with each other over there, do like a line. I'm moving stuff. A line, and then shift, and then do a line starting further away and ending before the end, so that they're like off center from each other.
yeah, just
You
to
see what I
kind of
mean? So it looks like one strand of hair, and then above it is another strand of hair starts and then stops before you hit the bottom of that one. So like
yeah.
I assume you just like vary the distance where they start and where they stop so that they're thin and they're near each other parallel with the hair, but they're starting and stopping in different places to kind of fake it since you don't have a bunch of in the middle shades to do the same look.
Just finding out which one.
Yeah, to play with me.
That's the potato brown. That one.
Gold. I think I'm going for a gold look for that. So I don't have that out, but I have this and more of this yellow. Do some up here, and that's kind of gold color. You let my phone go to sleep. Wake, awaken! There we are. I just want to do like this little piece here. Gold color.
Wait.
Or I think I may just pull some of this back. Just get the faintest bit of the color. For the rest of it, maybe the invisibility. I've got enough information from this picture to know what I'm going to do with the rest of that sword. Oh, happy time. Oh, yeah.
So this one,
Yo.
the olive green color.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's like with this one. really look very green, but it has kind of like a greenish brown to it.
And since you're putting it on top of yellow, the green is being shifted toward brown.
Yeah, I like that. We'll see how that looks.
And keeping in mind too, I mean, it's way too early to be figuring any of this out, even for me. But keeping in mind that sometimes the color that you think it is doesn't exactly look like the color it's coming off the tube or off the marker as in the finished product. Because you know, like that picture of the dress that's supposed to be black and white, but it's actually yellow and blue.
Oh God, I don't even know.
It looks like an optical illusion because the colors that's in it look one way, but our brain is trained to convert them into what they actually are.
Yeah.
So that's why like a lot of shadows have like a bluish tinge to it, whereas in reality they don't really have a huge blue tinge. I mean, they might have a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that. So like a green may not look green in the total, like the final image. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that's better.
Yep. Not do the triforms. Going to maybe get close to it. Pull that out. And maybe we add a hint of that blue over here. Give our sword a kind of a blue glow. Be a little bit too blue. How about this? Ultramarine, I think. Unless that turquoise one, I think. Yeah, that's turquoise. Kind of looks good, actually. Hmm. What do I do? Hey, that's why this scratch paper is here. I know I did that for a reason. Um, so that color doesn't look too far off from like a kind of blue glow that the Master Sword does when there's an enemy nearby, especially if I pull some of it back. What about another color? This is Prussian blue. It's way darker. Put on way too pure, too little water. About what I was going to start with, ultramarine. Also keeping in mind that this is going to be going on top of the gray that I already put down, so I don't want it to be too much. I think that one's good. Let's look at the last one. This is ultramarine deep. The next one I have is French ultramarine, which I really don't use that often. See if we can remember why. It's not bad. Yeah, I kind of like that one the most out of all these for going on top of the sword. Almost this one, actually, though. I might do that one. That was my first one. That was actually the turquoise. And it's what I was talking about. The Master Sword is kind of a blue color, but this looks more green. But once it's on here, it may actually look better for that kind of Master Sword. It actually is kind of a greenish tinge when you think about it, when it's glowing.
Yeah.
Almost mainly blue, but green will look good. I think I may do that. Okay. But I need to do that and do a thin amount of it. So I'm going to grab some and put it into another well over here with a lot of extra water to thin it out. We have been on, not counting the starting time of 10 minutes or so, for about an hour now. And I usually go for 2 to 2.5 hours. And we're not even done with the first image. So we may end up doing only this one, and we may not even get it completed today, but we'll try.
We can try still.
We can try, yeah.
So that just means that who knows? Maybe when I come back, we'll have
The next one to do.
Yeah, and I'll have maybe I'll have the bear mark.
Oh no, we'll have to come back and do more creative stuff. What a burden.
Yeah. With $200 markers.
Oh no. Oh my god.
I don't know.
We'll have to sell our dog.
Those markers are.
But they're beautiful.
They are great.
Yeah. So let me. Are we gonna do any sort of background behind him, or are we gonna leave him on a white background?
I don't know. Might end up leaving him on a white background.
I think so, just for ease.
Yeah.
So I'm still sitting here digging around with the sword, and I've got the rest of his body to do. I think, to be fair though, I think the rest of the body would be easier. The sword is kind of iconic, and I don't want to screw it up too badly.
Yeah.
So it has dried, except for probably the part in the middle. Well, now I have to do it because I just dropped a big drop of water on it. So I'm just slightly re-wetting it so that I can hit this blue that I did. Give it a blue tinge. I just want to blue it up a little bit.
Blue it up.
Yeah. I'm bluing it up. I think that'll be fine. A little dark, but I don't want to feel too much. He gave it a nice little shadow too, so. Blasphemy, no sell dog. I would never sell Comet. We may talk about him, but we would never sell him.
Yeah, your words went over my head because I was like, that's never happening.
No.
Never, never, never.
Never, never, never. Now I'm going to make the hilt of the sword kind of like what was in the image, but I'm going to go kind of a really royal blue with it. Not blue, royal blue, royal purple. Is that a thing?
Royal purple.
I think I've seen that before. Instead of it being like a vibrant purple, it's a purple mixed with the blue. Well, I mean, that's basically what I was going for, is a really, really dark purple. There's one over there is really violet. That one on top. Something. Yeah, more purple than violet. Definitely darker. Like what's going on the rest of the sword? Oh, keep doing that. I need to wet the area I'm going to paint first. It's okay if there's a little bit of purple left in it, because that's what's going to be going on. How you doing over there?
Picking the green for his tunic.
Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be a decision.
I think I'll probably start with a very light green. So maybe this one here, I think.
Yeah, and just do basically the whole thing of that color, and then
I can
darken it as you go in areas that need it.
okay, so I need AC 48. I do forget too, this marker paper is going to be a little bit different in the colors. If I did these on the mixed media.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see.
Not allowed. Banished from my kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Funny about Link's tunic is that it's so many shades of green.
It is in so many different eras.
Yeah, that you'll never, ever have a perfect green.
No. Pull back some of that spread way more into here than I thought I was going to. Good. Okay. I think I'll go tunic next as well, and then I can start doing skin. Because the tunic is a large part. Oh, I forgot all about that. In addition to his sword, he's got this little pommel thing on his back as well. I need to do something for that.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of it being like the Master Sword color, I'll just go like a brownish tan, like a typical like leather handle or something, and just call that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's maybe a bit of the gray to just the bottom right here.
That reminded me that so a while back, Super Smash Brothers,
Yeah.
people were criticizing Nintendo because they were like, "Wait a minute, how does Link unsheath his sword from the holder and it's usually on his back?"
Uh-huh.
And a cosplayer like did like a perfect accurate outfit
To replicate it.
and they were trying to pull it out and they could never pull it out of the thing. They kept getting stuck.
Yeah.
And that video, same video, got to Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, we made it so that it made sense. So in the animation on Smash Brothers, Link very like for very small frames. He takes I think it's like his left or right hand. He grabs the sheath down,
Yeah.
to stretch it down so that when he
Oh,
puts
he
his sword
pulls it
in,
back.
yeah. But they still found out that it still isn't enough. But Nintendo was just like, whatever, it works.
It's like we gave you an explanation. Shut up and deal with the
Yep,
lore.
that's all you get right there.
Yeah. So silly.
Yeah, but it's just the bigger thing is just fans. It's amazing that people care enough about.
I was just gonna say they give a shit.
Yeah, Nintendo just brushing off, and I was like, yeah, but you got fans. Be happy that you got people that are like,
that care.
doing the wait, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be thrilled. I'd be like, what?
All right.
You care? You actually looked at it that with that strong detail?
Oh, what color am I going to do the shield? I do it similar to that one. It's got a light border, a brown background, and then some imagery on the front of it. But I think I'm going to skip some of the imagery. Honestly, I could just fake it and go right to the scene here and just do some, like,
To finish or put the next layer on the screen.
yeah, to darken it up.
It's too neon here.
Well, he's just getting started.
Yeah. The focus on this, I haven't had any of my coffee.
Stop and make a break.
That is shameful. You don't forget coffee in this house.
That is a true statement. Everybody knows that.
You know, I shouldn't have it sometimes, but still have it.
Ditto, but who's going to stop me?
The doctor.
What doctor?
The doctor.
The only doctor that's going to show up in this house is going to be invited for non-doctor things. And
Well,
that's never going to happen
talking
anyway.
about the TARDIS doctor. Doctor Who.
Oh, sure. Because he's real.
Yeah.
Or, if we're going that far, why not the doctor from Star Trek Voyager?
Oh, well, I mean, sure, but he's got a long way to come. I guess they both have a long way to come.
I mean, yeah.
Like we knew Doctor Voyager made house calls.
He does. Once he got his mobile emitter
Once again, like I said, that's a long trip.
from the Delta Quadrant.
Well, I mean, that's if they're still there
That's true.
with that timeline.
Also true. Apparently, he's going to be in the Starfleet Academy show. 900 years or whatever it is in the future.
They said, "How about Dr. Pepper?"
Ah! And God said, I love Doctor Who. I have not seen anything Doctor Who ever. I mean, like, show wise.
It's pretty good. Like at least I can say I've watched like half of it. There's so much. There's a whole nother half I haven't seen, but
I imagine the entire half that took place before we were born. It's been around for
it's been around for
decades.
a while. Yeah. No, I remember watching some of the old stuff. I used to watch it on God, when I was really younger. I used to watch when we had the BBC One channel or whatever the BBC channel is that aired here in the US.
Yeah.
That's where I used to watch the Top Gear and Peaky Blinders to be on it.
Oh, Faulty Towers.
Faulty Towers, yeah.
Of course, now I got the theme song to Top Gear going around.
So talk about Top Gear. Both of the act like it's the show that shall not be named.
Well, I mean, after they left it and went to Amazon and did the other show, Grand Tour.
Yeah. Speaking of Dr. Pepper, I'm still mad that I wasn't able to find that
Oh,
What was it? The vanilla? Oh God, it was some mix of Dr Pepper.
coconut.
Was it coconut?
It was something with coconut.
Yeah.
The one we couldn't find.
Yeah.
Out here, which your mom found in Vegas with no problems.
She everywhere. She was finding it at the gas station. She was finding it just at Target. Everywhere. And I'm like, oh, well, I can't find it anywhere.
In zero sugar, mind you.
In zero sugar, yes.
But we weren't even finding it normal.
Mm-mm. I think one time I came across it in regular flavor. And then after that, I'm like, well, I guess Washington just doesn't.
It doesn't care.
Yeah, I guess they're just like, nah, sorry.
Yeah. I'm trying to fake a shield right now from scratch with absolutely no like pre-drawing it or sketching it. I'm just kind of making it work. I hope making it work. All right. Outer shield color. Yeah.
Because I thought I was done with the tunic portion of it, and I was like, oh, wait, you need to do this little cap.
Yeah. Surprise! You weren't.
So his little. Yeah, no, that's the same color.
What's that?
I was trying to remember this portion, if he had like a little green color, this part.
I
I think
think
it's just all green.
uh, we got the little version him. No, it's the same color green.
It's all green.
And you can use this for reference if you want to.
Yeah. But once again, like we said earlier, too, this Link has so many colors.
He does. I really love the blue tunic from Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, yes. Took me a second. I was like, which one?
I mean, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild both have blue tunics, I think.
I think they're slightly different.
They're different designs, but I think they use the same, like,
Color scheme.
that era blue. Yeah, that like sky blue kind of look. I've been a Doctor Who fan since I was 9 years old. It was on UHF when I was a kid, when there were only 3 channels plus UHF. We had those TVs, but for me that was we were cable kids. I don't think that's a phrase, but I'm gonna make it one.
No, I remember that because that's when my OTVs only had like 13 channels. Like that was the max.
Yeah.
And yeah, you always got that one special channel that would come in.
Wavy.
Kids these days don't understand how we entertained ourselves back then.
We may do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the further back in time you go, we really may do.
Now they've got all of it.
Now they've got the TikToks.
They've got technology and entertainment at all times.
I'm already putting water down for the cap, but I don't even know what colors I'm gonna use. Get water on it and then I'll stop. Look. I like how the hair came out though. I'm gonna go over it one more time with a script brush, with a darker brown to get some more hair.
Yeah.
But I like how the hair came out. The yellows and the like undertone colors came out really nice. Midtones, undertones, all that. I'm sitting here wetting this down like I'm ready for it, and I'm not. Okay, next page. You've got greens to get. So Cupid green, deep is this one. Cupid green light, which is more likely the color we're going to go with, is this one. almost definitely going to go that direction, but for fun, he says, let's look at green gold. Green gold by itself looks like that. Makes it look a little bit more leafy. But it sends out kind of nicely, and it's got a really nice kind of yellowish color to it. So, what if, what if we go green gold and the cupric green light that we like up here, and do a combination of the two? Oh yeah, I think that might be it. I think that might be the green we're going for. But we need to make a big batch of it. I don't even know if you can see it because I have it so far down, yeah. This green looks far more linky. It's not perfect, but it's more like this than any of the other colors
Yeah, it's close to it.
compared to all the base greens that I've got. So
That's what I was trying to do with this one.
when I have more over there in that Kartake set, but no,
I think that's a.
I'm going this.
Oh,
Yeah,
and this is 43. Yeah, this is my lightest one because I have
good up
40. Huh?
Oh, you got them. Oh, I was gonna give them to you. No,
Yeah.
I'm glad you picked them up.
No, I was matching the color. It's close enough. Like I said, I don't have anything slightly lighter.
I realize this is a huge portion of the thing, so I'm going to need to do a really large quantity because as soon as I run out and have to remix it, it's not going to be the same shade anymore. It's got a lot of water in here and really fill this well up. Remembering I'm trying to be more transparent with it. I don't want to be a opaque color. Try that off, rinse like a brush. It's funny, God. He said UHF, and I immediately thought of the Weird Al movie.
But I was thinking when you said that.
Uh huh.
You never watched the Weird Al movie.
Oh, the new one with Danny Radcliffe?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. No, we did not.
Well, mostly too because it was a straight to TV movie. I think.
Was it really?
Yeah, I don't think it went to theaters.
Really?
I think
No,
so.
I think it was in theaters, right?
I thought when I looked at the trailer last year, because that's what reminded me of it. I was like, wow, this shit came and gone.
Yeah. I really don't remember.
I don't remember it in the theater. Granted, since we don't really go to the movies,
No, it's got to be special
it
to
has
make
to be
us
special.
get out of the house. Well, get out of the house to go to the movies. We used to go more often, but when COVID hit and we couldn't go, we got used to watching everything at home. And then after that, it's like, well, why go back?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to go back to an expensive theater with a bunch of nasty, scuzzy people in a theater that's almost definitely too physically hot to sit in?
Yeah, there's a problem right there. It's just it's overpriced, which even the theaters have noticed that, which is why they have I think AMC.
Subscriptions.
No, AMC is doing like I think they're like a $5 Wednesday or something
Oh, really? A special day?
to get people to come back because they know it's like theaters are just really expensive.
They were doing the subscription thing too, but it was only worthwhile if a lot of movies came out in that month, because otherwise, what are you going to do? Rewatch the same movie 5 times?
Yeah,
But some people do that, so I can't really say anything.
yeah, it's very much depending on the person.
Yeah,
It has its uses.
I guess. I realize I'm talking down into the paper and the mic is above my head. I'm almost certain it wasn't hearing me as well, but whatever.
Really? Okay.
I don't really care. I mean, I care about the other people, but I don't care if it heard me or not. Does that make sense?
We were talking about theater, so
I was
yeah.
also like leaned in deep to my picture, trying to really look closely so I don't fuck it up.
Focus. You're done.
A little bit. Just right there and there. Above the ear. Around the ear. It's wetness. Oh, it's wetness. Watercolor is great, but sometimes the only real pain of it, well, one of the only real pains is you have to work so fast while you're working with it because
Yeah.
everything just stops being accessible once it starts drying. Get this down.
Market super wide because
Oh, to go back and forth over it to make it smooth.
well, to just get those really large areas, but I also don't want it to have those weird lines.
Yeah.
Probably it's gonna fly better too, but
I think this shade of green is good, but it's not very dark. I was trying to go for more pastel, so that's a good thing, but I still think I may do a second layer once it dries, where I want it to be darker. I just use the exact same color and just do a second layer of it, and it'll just darken the exact same shade. Um, but I should do all the rest of it then. Well, I've got a nice will of it already made, so let's get the sleeve. How's it going?
just trying to get the colors
Yeah.
and also work with the marker.
Tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I get to our dogs. What was that from? Esther's Lab?
Dexter's Lab or
No,
Ren and
that
Stimpy.
was no, that was South Park.
What?
Yep, I think the movie. You get to hit these fucking guard dogs.
Carbon?
No, I think it's some other kid. I don't remember.
Carbon.
No, it was a kid with an accent. I've only seen the movie like once or twice, and there's probably been more than one movie since then. So
You did watch the COVID one with me that one time.
did I?
Yeah, which I because I remember I watched it once and I was like, "This is really funny." And we didn't watch it.
What? What was it about? Other than COVID?
It was just that the whole lockdown and all the things that they did during it. And remember, they did like
Um,
the typical South Park thing, where they made fun of everything about it.
right. Was I conscious for this viewing?
Yeah,
I don't remember watching it.
it was a long time ago, so that's probably
Oh,
why it wasn't even here. I think it was the last place.
jeez. I don't remember. So I guess that just means we have to watch it again.
I don't know if it's that good.
The kind of thing where if we watch it and start watching it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this shit, then we can turn it off. But if it's like I genuinely do not recall watching this at all, then we may have to suffer through it.
Well, as I say, like it's not. It was funny to me the first time I saw it, but watching it 2 or 3 times,
I'm
like
sure it gets kind of old.
yeah, then it's like I did watch their last one, which was the Streaming Wars. Streaming Wars, I think it was.
Dreaming.
It it sounds like streams, but it was
Mhm.
something else completely different. It was like the water was being taken or something, and one of their, I think Stan's dad was trying to grow wheat or something,
Mm.
and he didn't have any water. Oh, as they said, you could hear you loud and clear.
That's good. When I was facing straight down,
Yeah,
it's good. Thank goodness the mic on omnidirectional mode works pretty well. Doesn't make me speak any better, but if it hears me, that's all that matters.
well, every microphone in the sun needs like power mode to hear me most time.
Yeah, you're beautiful, but you mumble
My,
sometimes.
my soft voice. I don't even try to have a soft voice. It's just apparently I have a soft
It
voice.
just happens. Fine. We all are who we are. What?
I was like,
Does he never comment?
yeah, I haven't heard him in a while, and I turned around and looked behind us, and he is just out.
Oh,
He is, I mean, out.
good. I'd rather have him be out unconscious than like bugging us.
But he just likes to be. It's like I need to be in my daddy's face
Mm,
24/7.
mm-hmm. I want to be in your business, Dads.
What are you eating? What are you drinking?
Ooh, what's that? Is that for me?
Mm-hmm.
You got some for me, right, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sure, you're good. Just for you.
Yeah, you're right. I thought this was. I thought we were gonna breeze through these
I know,
and be
but
like, oh yeah, we're gonna be able to knock 3 of them out of here.
nah. But this is Link we're talking about. We want him to look good,
Yeah, that's true.
so we're trying harder.
No, I'm so anti Switch 2 pricing,
Oh yeah.
but man, the thought of playing Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild,
Oh,
like
in that quality.
in great quality with
I
60
know.
FPS, just sounds lovely. Fuck you, Nintendo, you have to put this shit behind a $500 price tag.
Yeah, a paywall basically.
Yeah. Betting you though, it's gonna be like that thing where, like it was with our Xboxes, where I'm just gonna be at the store shopping.
You're gonna find it.
I'm gonna come across one, I'm gonna text you and be like, so
Do we pull the trigger? Do we get one? Yeah.
there's one right here.
I'll be like, fine, let's do it. All the while knowing that we're going to be excited to have it.
We talk shit, but once we get it,
We do.
we're like, they'll just boot it up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like Aaron, load it up. I'm just gonna have to listen to the song. So there's to it. For UHF. Oh. Yep. In my head. Okay. Make sure it's not bleeding through. Well, I mean, that was the whole thing this paper said. Does not bleed through. Last time I saw UHF, to be fair. Hey, I think I've got the tunic part down. I'm not gonna mess with it too much more. Uh, Next, maybe I'll get the undershirt, the strap, the belt, and the boots, and then save the skin for last. Yep, I think that's where I'm going with it. Oh, and then I need to finish off the hair. Assuming I do anything to the hair, I might actually leave it. We'll see. Okay, if that's the case, belt. Color is this belt? Usually yellow in the middle and like a brownish color. It varies so hard because some of the ones that I had, I need to pull up the other ones. The hair is like, I mean, the belt is either black or it's brown sometimes. Oh, I mean, how even black? Is it? Yeah. No, it's brown. Is it brown? Is it a really dark brown? It's a dark brown. Almost a darker brown than his boots. Okay. Speaking of, let's get his boots wet. Ah. Oh God, yeah. Keep forgetting all his his link colors, his tunic colors. Oh yeah, there's so many. There's like the red tunic and yeah, all that mess. Yeah, you're right. That part's brown. Brown with a gold plus. Yep. I do notice that this forgot the little belt buckle on the shoulder strap.
Dude, well, I mean, it varies, and this is also like this black and white image was generated by ChatGPT, so it was never going to be 100% faithful.
Yeah.
Like it didn't put any of the symbols, like the Triforce or anything.
No, we expected that.
Yeah. Well, these are the adventures of Zelda. My name's Zonk. Okay, Zonk. You need to go save the princess.
I think someone made something. Or
Did
no,
they really?
no, Lonk. That's
Zonk.
right, Lonk. It was real dirty.
He sounds like he would be. And now we'll go with this brown I've got over here because I still have some of it.
I think it was crazy that I almost think it was Game Grumps, the one that came up with Linkle.
Yes, they came up with Linkle before anyone else did.
And then Nintendo just decides to make Linkle
Yeah, they sure did, didn't they?
canon, and I'm like,
No respect.
I hope Game Grumps was like, excuse you, but did you have that made all these years back?
And Nintendo will clap back. It's like, you sure you got everything on one of those games that you've been playing on
I
emulators
know.
there?
That's how they would fight that back.
Uh-huh. Like you really want to fight this battle with our lawyers?
It's like, do you have 1,500 lawyers on call at all times?
And they're like, thank you, have a nice day, bye. Game Grumps out.
Can't blame them. That's probably why they didn't say shit.
Yeah, probably so, yeah.
Nintendo spends far too much time and money on lawsuits instead of just focusing on making shit.
I know, right? You would think they would just make and run, but nope. They gotta be bitches about it.
Yeah, these definitely just act as like areas or something.
You did hear something.
Yeah, these markers act just like just standard markers.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, like I'm so curious to just like buy like one or two, uh, just to test of the Copics of like a color that I'll use for something.
I think if anything, if you're gonna get any partials, try to see if you can find an affordable set of the primary colors.
Yeah,
Like, your red, your yellow, your blue, and then a light yellow, light red, light blue. And maybe shades of gray, like black or gray, and then your white to start with, because you can mix with those to start with if needed.
yeah.
You
Just because I feel like the colors have got to be so much more vibrant.
I just hate for you to hype yourself up and it turns out that they're not as good, but we've seen the evidence.
We've seen the evidence, and like I said, I'm watching enough of the tutorials and being like, holy shit,
Yeah.
who knew that the brush tips were like a paintbrush kind of?
Yeah, apparently the Copics brush tips or marker tips bend, they're flexible. So it makes it where you can get some of the like smoother blending and use it kind of like you would an actual paintbrush.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
40. Wait, this is 43, so I need 40.
Gotta go, but great stuff as always. These links are coming out really cool. See ya. Sounds good. Thanks, Jose, for joining. Appreciate you. See you later. Whoa. Oh, cool, but I need that to dry. I don't know if I'm liking the outer edge of the shield being white. I might do like a pale yellow. Yeah, I already like that better. The words of my between that. Okay, a little better. I lost some of its clean. I think I'll hit some bright yellow highlights in some spots. I don't want it pure yellow, but I don't want it non-existent either. Undershirt. Link wears an undershirt? I thought he was naked under all that. Uh, is he an undershirt here? You know he does. It's,
Yeah.
it's a light color. Oh!
Well, it very much depends because I mean, hell,
On this, his undershirt and his sleeves are light green, and his tunic is a darker green on top of it.
let's start up with the room. Well, because see, like Teen Link is undershirt is white,
Go backwards.
and yeah, some of these young links don't even have a shirt underneath it at all.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do another layer of green on just the tunic portion. You have one? Do you have a shade that you like that you used already, and you can just let it dry and do another layer of the same thing to make it darker?
That's kind of what I'm doing now. I think I might need to just let this part dry, and then I can go over it again.
You can always use the dryer over there. I don't know how it'll react on that paper. I don't think it's plastic, so I think it'll actually dry just fine. But you can do it from a distance and hit it
Well,
once.
it dries pretty quickly. So
Yeah, what is this? Oh, that's a bristle. Oh, a piece of bristle come off. Oh, there you go.
did it?
Yeah, it must have been loose. It's fine.
It bristles. Mhm.
All right.
Um,
Yeah,
what? This part? Wait, not. Okay, so that little part right there, is that
it's
part
at
of the.
the tip of his cap.
Okay.
Yeah, at least that's what I'm going with.
Okay, I didn't know
The
if that was.
alternative is it could be the strap for that blade that's back there, so you can kind of do your own interpretation of it. But it's angled the same on the same line right here as the cap.
It does look like the strap.
So it's either the strap or the tip of the cap. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're at the point where once this dries, it's skin time. So, and hair. If I decide to do anything to his hair. So, our next fun little experiment, our last fun experiment, uh, figuring out his skin. So let's scoot him back. Bring out our or my test sheet and figure out how the hell am I going to make skin tone. Well, thankfully Link is pretty damn pale. In most of the games, he's more jaundiced looking. To be fair, he's kind of yellowish. You know what I mean? He's not pink. He's never pink. He's definitely more yellow than anything. Yeah, right. So I can add this yellow here, but I don't want to use the same yellow as his hair, because his hair is definitely bright yellow. So for skin, maybe I'll do just like scraping of red in it. Now I have to really thin it out, because if I just do yellow, he's yellow. He does have a skin tone. What if I grab a bunch of water into the hand next to it? Just leave the yellow that's on the brush. There was some green in there, and I ended up bringing it with it. Clean that up, add it back to it. My name is Link of Hyrule, and I have jaundice. Okay, so water. Got a decent amount of skin, so I should make sure to have some excess water in here. This is going to have to be really transparent for him to have any chance of it being a skin tone. Okay, so like a touch of the yellow. Hint of red. Kind of blushy. Looks weird, but how does it look when it's actually on paper? Almost like it's not there, which is, I mean, kind of a good thing, but it's also like it's not even there. So, a tiny dot, more red. Dot more red. These turn pink. Like there. Yeah, that turned pink. But as the color is good, let's do a tiny bit of the yellow. A little bit more of the yellow ochre. Ooh, that turned ugly yellow ochre. Okay. Okay, making skin tones hard. Um, how about I look up at my swatch up there? Is there anything that's a skin tone already? In light amounts? That quinacridone red on top is kind of good, but it's very pink. The yellow ochre kind of looks like skin tone if it just had a tiny bit more red. So I may just do that. Yellow ochre with like barely a hit of the quinacridone red, but in a lot of water. So let me clean up one of these. Accidentally make a pretty color. Nice. Has nothing to do with what I was looking on, but I liked it. It's gonna take me for freaking ever if I try to blot water out of this. So let me just use my little bottle right here. There. Okay. We're going tiny dot of the quinacridone red from up there. Faintest amount of it. Okay. Tiniest touch of the yellow ochre in it.
Question.
Answer.
Which one of these browns? I'm thinking more so this one, but these are the straps.
For the straps,
I could go a little darker.
honestly, I would say all three of the ones that I see there. I would probably start with this one as like a highlight on whatever side the sun is on, and then that one just underneath and over the top of it once that's dry, and then the darker brown last on the side that the shadow's on. Do like a three-tone kind of thing. Maybe try that if you've got all three of these out still. Do one here, the next one second, and then that brown one on top of it but underneath it.
Okay, so I'm holding that.
That's one. That'll be second. Brown is that was that dark brown in the middle of there. That one's too dark.
The natural oak.
Yeah, I think that's as close as I'm going to get to a skin tone. And if it needs to be darker than that, I'll do layers and let it dry. I've been a minute without drinking my coffee. Refreshing.
Go to clean across the whole thing first, and then I can top it.
I think so, yeah. The whole thing, the lightest color. Whatever the lightest color is, if that's it.
This lightest green.
Yeah. The same thing for whatever you're going to do for, if you're going to do the belt, or you're going to do black.
I think it's the same. It's the same color in there.
That's what I did. I went with close to the same. They didn't necessarily all come from the same animal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Skin. Oops, not that one. I decided to do this one. On a blush color. So be very careful about avoiding the whites of the eyes. You're starting to have color. Definitely very, very faint, but I realize that's what I need to do. I need to stick with a lighter color because I can always add it. I can't take it away. So I got music from Persona going through my head. Just all over the place tonight. I think it's from the end of four. So it's a dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I realized I didn't put the gold around his belt. I'll come back to that. It makes sense. I needed it to dry. It's actually working really well for a skin tone, especially the lightest possible shade it can be. So I can go back over it again once it's dry to darken it in places that need it. It's not bad. Now I just need the yellow from his tunic to stop bleeding onto it and to fuck off so that I'll actually not have green skin.
At this point,
Yeah.
you're done. I'll have to finish mine later, and you'll have to post it on Instagram.
Yeah, I want some time. Or once you're done. Yeah. Sure. I'm still poking around. Still got a little bit of time to go before I'm done, I think.
Yeah, as I was saying, like I still have to do the sword. You already got the sword done.
We hit a really bright yellow here.
Creative soul, you have to finish it. That's there.
Oh, and
For
work.
like 2 hours
Yeah.
trying to finish. It. It's easy. Like, hey, it's time to stand up.
Cut a box, you don't own me. I own you. Remember your place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I went a little bit over the line on that, and it completely covered up. And I think that's good. I'll leave a little white on there so that it looks like it's reflecting the light. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I think I'm gonna put some shadow on his shield. We have a loud neighbor downstairs, but we can't say anything because we have no idea how loud that we might sound to him. Could be just as bad, who knows?
Oh, whenever they're banging like that,
Mm-mm.
I think the loudest they are is Common running with his toys.
Truly, he is the loud element in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to look good. His legs are still wet, but the upper part of his skin is dry, it looks like. Field came out nice with that shadow on it. I like that. The sword already has some shadow on it, like it always. Well, it's not really a shadow, it's already got some shade on it. I don't really want to cover up that blue, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh, this could use a little bit. I made way much more skin tone than I needed, but you know what? If I didn't have enough, I'd be kicking myself. Mhm. I will say though, I like doing this one.
Just the whole picture himself.
I've wanted to do something with Link for a while, and it's nice having something where like most of the design outline has already been done for me by the machine.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have to really think too hard. I can just play.
Yeah. No,
Yeah. That green bleeds like immediately. So I have to be really careful to go to the edge and not overlap any on the green because it'll just bleed right into the skin color. That take up some of it. I think I'm there. This isn't too much. I should wait until all that dries. Looking pretty good. So I originally input cornea. Never thought I'd be talking about linked cornea, but there it is. Try that. Now, how well this cord is going to go. I'll try to do it from this direction. From the back. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to call him done. I'm not going to mess with his hair. I think I'm happy with it the way it is. If I mess with it more, it's going to put too much detail. It's nice if it's a little bit, ambiguous. Anything at all. What I can do, could put a splash of color around him, do like a basic background without actually filling it in up to him. Get some weird colors. Let's do it. How are you doing over there? Done, just waiting for me to finish?
No. Finish the question to finish that later.
Yeah.
Let's go.
God, I said, looks great, both of them.
Oh, thank you.
Agreed, thank you. Me, dry him one last time, then I'll peel the tape off. Ending at a good time. I'm also completely out of steam. Yep. Well, good timing because we are like a couple of minutes from done, I think. At least until next time. Go. Go. Maybe painter's tape, but I taped onto itself and it hates that. One.
Wait, man.
Yeah. If it's just for tiny little specks, like you can't color with it. You can only do like a line or a couple dots.
Yeah.
Write it on your scratch paper first and see if it does what you're expecting on top of the marker. And if it works, then do it. But if not, it may not let off enough. And probably because I do it on the indigo all the time. So you just run it around on the white section for a little bit until it's clean, and that should be fine. Yeah. See, it does good for doing little dots, but in little sections, but it won't be good for doing like big areas, like blocking off stuff.
Yeah.
You want your marker for that. Yeah, maybe you. Yeah, he's cute.
The colors you used for his skin came out great.
It really did. I'm really amazed because I thought the skin color was going to be garbage, but it worked out really well. I used just a lot of water and a little bit of this. I'll show it. I used two colors for the skin. I did just a dot of this quinacridone red.
Yeah.
Because you can see where it's at its faintest, it's a little kind of pinky. And I used a little bit of yellow ochre, and that's it. just like the faintest amount of quinacridone red, the faintest amount of yellow ochre, and it did a really good skin tone. I'm really quite amazed by that.
Oh, it did.
But yeah, it's cute.
I have no colors for skin tone yet. They have
They still have a set that's just skin
sets.
tones.
Yeah.
Like it does like the pink skin to the pink skin to the yellow skin to the black skin. I shifted my camera back.
Have to look at getting
Yeah, I think I remember that set in particular was really expensive.
for Copic, yeah.
For Copex, yeah, that might be the cheapest games that have that set.
Yeah.
And now we have a laundry list, things to look for, right? If anything, this taught you what you need.
Oh yeah, it told me that these are
Can we hear
okay. Yeah, go ahead. They told me that these are okay, but they feel like you're using just regular markers, not actual
Blending
yeah.
capable. Yeah,
Because the Copics from what I saw are actually wet.
yeah.
You see the wetness as you're applying it.
And they stay wet, so you can blend if you want to on wet or blend on dry.
They have time to dry.
It still came out really good.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm way too close. It still came out really good. You just need whatever you want to do on your shield, and then your skin tone.
I'm gonna put something. I think I'll probably just do like I'll try my best to draw like a Triforce at the angle, and then put the blues around it.
Yeah,
because his standard shield is like silver on the edge, and then it's got the blue, the royal blue color in it.
like the Skyward Sword one has that, and it's got the. That's why I was thinking of the Skyward Sword one because it's got the all the primaries in it. It's got the blue, the red, and the yellow all on the shield.
Exactly.
So every shield from every game is a little bit different. But that was good.
And then the skin tone.
Yeah, it just needs skin.
That's gonna be a whole nother thing.
Yeah. But yeah, two totally different takes of the same image, two different mediums. Watercolor on the left, the alcohol markers, which we finished up later once we got more of them on the right. We'll show it whenever Ben completes it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cute. I actually like better that you made that one piece back there, the strap, instead of the cap. Probably is what it's meant to be. I let it be the tip of the cap instead of the strap. That bit right there.
Oh, yes, that's it. It gives it just a little bit of depth.
It does. I like it better like that.
Yeah.
Very good, love.
Yeah. But eventually I'll try to hope that we'll have some better markers for the next time.
Yeah. And then skin tone, I already know is going to be a bit of a nightmare to figure out how to do. You'll want to practice it on practice sheets and figure out what kind of skin tone will you have and what do you start with? What do you mid with? What do you continue with?
We don't even, like I said, we don't even have
anything close to it. You have pink and you have that pale one right there.
Yeah, like salmon pink. I don't even know if that would be.
That might be like a somewhat skin tone, but it looks more orange to me. I don't know.
It's kinda. Yeah, I mean, kinda.
It's kind of not bad.
I mean,
there's no rush. You can take your time.
I'll leave it out and I'll add it, and then that's it. I'll leave it as soon as I do it. Then you can
show it off or post it on Instagram. Yeah,
post it with both pictures.
Well, dynamite. All right, folks. You're thinking purple skin? Ha! Maybe he's poisoned. Having a little irk face going on, right? Yeah, it looks great, both of them. That's what I was thinking too. Strap, or sword scabbard. Yep. They both look great. I'm thinking purple skin. Hee. Good night. Absolutely. Same to you, Goddess. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Anyone else who's lurking, Jose, I know you're gone, but I'll talk to you later. Just have an absolutely wonderful rest of your evening. Oh, you were thinking Fae instead of purple sick. Oh, I get you. Kind of like fairy look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If what was her name? Hey, listen, Navi.
Navi, yeah.
If Navi was there, Navi is, I think, like a purple.
Navi's just a orb. That's the color of wings.
Well, she's a fairy, but she just is overblown by the light.
Oh.
And by the capability.
We never see how she actually looks. So.
Yeah, I think you see her in artwork sometimes. Some people do a little fairy inside the ball of light.
people's creations, then yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe not official.
I've never seen Nintendo show off her actual look unless it's in like maybe the Hyrule story or something.
Maybe it might be.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to buy it and find out. Then what would we do with it after we look through it once? It would just
seen
sit.
it in the thrift stores for dirt
We
cheap.
have. All right, I'm done yakking. All right, Goddess and everyone else, thank you so much for lurking. I would go hunt for someone to raid, but I don't feel like it. I can do that next time. I think we're gonna go relax, take care of our bodily needs, and go eat something.
Yeah,
I'm getting hungry. All right. Well, thank you so much.
I appreciate being here.
Yes, thank you for hanging out with me.
Yes.
Yes.
The dog laid next to us the whole time too.
He did, and he's not down here at our feet looking up at us like, what are we doing now? Yes.
What's next?
Anything from me?
You already ate. You ate a full meal.
He did. Maybe a treat.
Yeah,
we can give him a treat because he's been hanging out.
That's fine.
Ignored for the last 3 hours. All right. Have a good night. Talk to you later, Goddess.
Bye-bye.
Bye.